Among the many reflections brought about by Freedom Day is economic freedom. On the streets of Maboneng in Johannesburg, young people are despondent, saying there's not much to celebrate, especially with the kind of challenges they face on a daily basis.
It is Freedom Day. Yes, today we are celebrating the 29th years. But according to me, I am not happy about so many things, especially the issue of load shedding, the issues of potholes. There are so many things that I'm not happy with. But the core issue that is concerning me is electricity.
We still have people who are living in shacks, and we still have kids who are still going to school without transport. So they had to travel so many hours to school. So not yet, according to me.
When we check freedom of stability, the youth of today are struggling, man. And it's really tough for us out here to make a living. And more especially when I speak for young entrepreneurs, it's hard for us to find something that can kick us up, that can help us to, to put our dreams out there to get us going.
So far, I can say economic freedom for youth, I don't see it in any kind of way, because we are suffering as the youth. We don't have finance for our small business. We are trying our best to uplift ourselves, but the government is lacking in all sorts of ways.
In his speech, the official Freedom Day celebration earlier today, President Cyril Ramaphosa reassured that measures such as the investment drive are being put in place to combat inequalities that hinder the economy, making it less attractive to investors.
Freedom cannot be meaningful when more than 10 million South Africans are out of work. That is why we need to pursue far-reaching reforms we are undertaking to make our economy more competitive, more inclusive, and more attractive to investors. It is because South Africans need jobs that we have raised our ambition to attract and to raise 2 trillion rand in new investment over the next 5 years. Having surpassed our investment target.
But some feel more government intervention is needed to upskill the youth so that they can fend for themselves.
In my view, I think they need to put more funding on the youth development, given the fact that we don't have lots of skills. That's why our neighboring countries are coming to our country and come with their skills and take the business that we are saying they are stealing from us. But so far, the way I see, we don't have the skill to uplift ourselves, especially here in Maboneng. We are in the streets. The tourist wants to see what you can make with your hands. So we don't have that skill, because in our schools we are not being taught how to use our hands anymore. It was that Bantu education that really uplifted those 90s, 80s, 70s people. But so far we no longer have that skill, and it's needed. It's crucial. We need that skill.
According to the 2023 Index of Economic Freedom by the Heritage Foundation, South Africa's economic freedom score sits at 55.7, making its economy the 160th freest out of 184 countries. It's also ranked 17th out of 47 countries in the sub-Saharan African region, and its overall score is below the world average, alongside its African counterparts such as Namibia, Mozambique, Lesotho and Eswatini, making these nations mostly unfree. Pumelelo Mapalala, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Meanwhile, in Gauteng, reflecting 29 years since the dawn of democracy.
I can't really say we are free, especially as girls, because crime currently is rising. And when we see the number each and every day escalating, it's like we're not free enough to say what our voices are heard.
At first, there is not that freedom like we had like in a red because of our rights were not heard, our voices were not clear enough to others. So, but then I'm happy because today Remoki, and then I think there might be a change so that us as youth our rights can be heard out there.
A high price paid and a call to remember the gallant fight of those at the forefront.
As we celebrate this day, we spend more time in darkness because we don't have electricity. As we celebrate this day, we spend more time jumping sewer because we are not fixing the challenges of sewer in our communities. As we spend this day, we have so many people that are making life difficult that every night when you go to bed, you don't know whether you will wake up, because there are people that have guns and there are people that declare themselves as criminals and they do as they wish in our communities. As we celebrate this day, the cost of living is too high. There are people that cannot afford even to buy bread or at least to buy maize meal so that they can survive. We can live in those conditions, but it's through this democratic government that we can in a position to eliminate those challenges.
Today, we mark 29 years since the ICON election were held and greater strides have been made to better the lives of our people, although a lot still needs to be achieved.
And a call for the democratic gains to be protected, but to do more that everyone can enjoy freedom. Crisalda Lewis, SABC News in Gauteng.